Today we shed the light on what I believe to be one of the best things of Wolvesville, namely crazy game modes, but I'm not doing that alone. No. I asked you guys, the YouTube community, and also my Discord server to rank all the 20 crazy game modes that we have as of the After Death update. Let's see how you, the Discord and myself rank the game mode, and you leave a comment which one resembles your ranking the most. Let's start with the number 20 of the YouTube list, which is Foggy Chat. This hurts a lot because if you didn't know, this is one of the 3 crazy game modes that I actually introduced to the game. Yeah, thank you YouTube. Anyways, Foggy Chat is a game mode in which the chat gets erased at the start of each day. Pretty much the Stormwolf clearing effect, but then daily. When this idea popped in my mind in September 2022, I thought I had a banger game mode and I suggested it to Philip right away. He liked the idea so much that the game mode was literally put into the game only 6 days later. Sadly though, it is hugely flawed and it didn't create the memory effect I anticipated. Simply because people bypass it with screenshots and summaries at night, and well, I have done it as well. And yeah, those summaries will not get erased and can be posted first second of the next day. Yeah, even I have to admit it is a bad game mode. Still, I put it second to last, and the hypostein, aka my Discord server, was the most generous and put it 18th. Number 19. Wolvesville Original, or Werewolf Online. This is a huge shock to me, especially shameful for any player that's OG and loved the game as it used to be. Yes, there are quote-unquote useless Orkmen. Sorcerer isn't popular either, nor is the regular werewolf, but this game mode is a nostalgia-based one. If you are a new player, I can understand you don't like this game mode that much, but come on. I ranked it 9th. Yeah, totally different side of the table, I know, and the hypostein was even more bold with a 7th place. Maybe most of the poll respondents on YouTube have never played it? Number 18. Red and Blue. You guys don't seem to like this game mode, and maybe if you watched my old video about it, it might have influenced you. Red and Blue has no werewolves, but instead 2 sect leaders and 1 serial killer and 13 random regular villagers. Apart from the meme role that the priest is in this game mode really depends on how long the serial killer and both sect leaders are alive. If villagers find 2 of the evils quickly, you have yourself a really boring endgame, especially since giving in exists. If you're lucky enough to have 2 or even 3 of the evils make a far and deep run, then you might actually have an interesting game on your hands, but that doesn't happen very often. With 13 RVs, a lot of informers can spawn in, can find the solos relatively easily, since there are no werewolves and pretty much all villagers have a good aura. I hate playing this game mode and put it rock bottom. As you may recall, I have Foggy Chat 1 spot above it, but that one is still at least a game mode where fun can be had, even if the gimmick is so flawed that it might as well feel like a normal game. This is genuinely hot garbage. I have had maybe 1 interesting game on Red and Blue in the whole existence, and that is a couple years. And then there is the hypostein that ranked it. What the fuck? What are they smoking? Number 17. Chain Reaction. I guess there is a point to be made for this game mode being ranked low, because there is not much social deduction going on. 7 Avengers, 4 Junior Werewolves, a Bomber, Sect Leader, Cupid and 2 Gunners. It is quite unpredictable who wins this because tagging determines it all, but most fun in this game mode is to see how big your chain can be. You placed it 17th, the hypostein put it 14th, and I was the most generous with a 12th place. And no, I'm not biased because of Avengers, I foremost think it is just better than the ones that I put below it, because they are often a bit bland or flawed. Number 16. Team Roulette. Team Roulette is such a strange bag of rolls. It includes quite literally the whole bandit roll tree, as well as 2 kitten wolves and some grave robbers. The premise sounds disgusting, because surely combining a lot of annoying rolls like zombie will create a fun game mode, right? Well, actually it does, but you seem to disagree. Hypostein has it 9th and I even put it 7th. This game mode is the best game mode for conversion rolls and absolutely what Red and Blue strives to be. This one works though because of the sheer amount of teams and team switching. Number 15. Nobodies. The typical example of a filler game mode. This is namely a sandbox setup, but the rules are hidden upon death. Woohoo! This setting already exists for years in custom games, so it really is underwhelming. How does it go in practice though? Well, you'd think there are crazy claims and everything like that, but nah. Crazy game players are essentially quick game players, and yeah, I think I've said enough with that. I also ranked it 15th and the Hyperhood put it 11th. Number 14. Assassin's Convention. This game mode is a hate or love game mode, and it kinda shows in this list too. It is a 9-player game mode in which everyone has the same role, Assassin. You can't kill, even though the name kinda suggests it should, but instead you play Hangman at night to earn the Holy Crown of Nerds, which makes you invulnerable for a voting phase when used. This is valuable because voting phases are when the games are decided, since it's the only way to get opponents out. To add more spice, there are private chats which you can use to make alliances with frenemies. Every day someone dies, and when there are 3 players left, then the dead chat gets to vote for who they think should win the game. This game mode is very unique, but sadly there are bots that can calculate and fill in the Hangman words for you within 1 or 2 seconds, which heavily changes the game mode of course. You put it 14th, the Hyperhood 13th, and I actually put it 18th. This would be higher though, if hacking was not possible, though not by much. Number 13. Hot Potato. In Hot Potato, you have an average sandbox setup once again, but there is the daily bomb on timer that will kill a player upon reaching 0. The bomb can be passed to another player 5 seconds after you receive the bomb, but there is more. Every player can reduce the timer of the bomb once per game. This gives the village a real challenge, as the werewolves are the most informed players here and know exactly who to not pass it to. Villagers on the other hand may pass it to other villagers out of panic. Also, the timer reduction allows for a few strategies like moving it and then immediately decreasing time and make it explode. Yet, it is actually possible to counter the huge werewolf advantage, namely by constantly summarizing who is good. If you do that well enough, every villager knows who to possibly pass it to, and every player that passes it to a confirmed player makes themselves suspicious right away. This game mode asks for a game style that really suits mine, hence I went so far as to rank it 8th. Sadly, it's still the only game mode that doesn't appear in the weekly Discord poll. The Hyperhood decided to go bold again, by the way. Number 12. Semi-all-random. This game mode is often argued to be the worst all-random, and whenever the game mode is running, people in the official Wolvesville Discord and even in the game itself always complain about where is the old all-random. To clarify, both are quite old, though it might be time the devs rename semi-all-random, because in the game it still appears as all-random. So what is this game mode then? 5 random strong villagers, 5 random regular villagers, 4 random werewolves, 1 random voting, and 1 random killer. This is not as outrageous as normal all-random, yet it offers the claim space for evils without giving them an immediate victory or a chanceless game, which do sadly happen too often in normal all-random games. Semi-all-random is not popular in the mainstream community, neither in the Hyperhood, but it has its lovers as well, and I am clearly one of them, as I rank this 4th. Yes, I absolutely love this game mode, as it offers a random setup that is still competitively viable to a good extent. Also, your social deduction skills are really put to test here, because you know there's gonna be 5 RVs, but you will really need to count everyone's claim and yeah, figure out who is not the real one. Number 11. Mandatory vote. Actually quite a surprising one to find in the middle of the pack, but mandatory vote is another sandbox-ish setup, with the gimmick that 0 votes are required for a lynch, and upon a tie, a random player will be lynched. This is a small, neat concept and especially fun in custom games. In crazy game modes, however, sure, it adds something, but it feels underwhelming. This is how this game mode probably ended 11th on this list, but what about the Hyperhood and me? Well, we were less fond of it. I give it a 16th place, the Hyperhood a 17th place. Pretty weak. I don't think anyone can make an argument that this game mode is straight up bad, but it's also not the most exciting thing in the world. Soon you will be seeing numbers 10 till 1. But of course you can still let us know which ranking of these 3 is the best. Also, I am hosting a Q&A for reaching 6k subscribers. If you have any questions about him personally or about Wolvesville, then post them in the comments. Oh yeah, see you soon. If you loved what you just saw, then make sure to check out this juicy video I have here for you. You can also subscribe and turn on epic notifications to never miss a future upload. My social links, including Discord server, are in the link tree. Link is in the description. I will see you later, and don't be a traitor.